Are you ready to get strong? Grab your dumbbells and let's go. All right, killer bees, let's get moving and grooving with some warm-ups. Get your dumbbells completely out of the way and let's get started with some arm circles and high knees. You guys, I have such a great strength training workout for us today. I am so excited about this one. Now, today is all strength all the time, which means that there is no cardio. So therefore, obviously, no jumping. I mean, that's pretty obvious, right? I think so. But there's also, today is very knee friendly. We have absolutely no squats, no lunges, and no floor work. But I tell you what, this one is not going to be an easy one unless you would like it to be. I'm going to be demonstrating today as a push day, which means that I've got my heavy weights. I'm going to be doing my best push day kind of work. You can absolutely, like 100%, make today a moderate day. And if you don't know which way you should go on that one, make sure that you open up the description box and download my free 5-page information resource that tells you all about how to make any workout work for you. No matter if you are losing weight right now, body shaping right now, no matter what your goal, you can make any workout work for you. But set your intention right now so that you know if you're picking up your big boys, you're going to keep your big boys as much as you can, as long as you have excellent form. Let's go ahead and do some arm crossers with booty kickers. But if today is a moderate day, then keep it moderate. Today, especially, I feel like I say that especially on days when I'm demonstrating a push day. I personally think it would be harder to moderate when I am pushing than to push when I am moderating, but I don't actually know. I'm curious about that. Do you often just do the days the way I do them, or do you make them your own? And which one's easier for you? I would love to know. Leave me a comment when we're done with this workout if your arms aren't too shaky. It's a push day for you. You guys, I am making sure, even though there's no cardio, I really am moving kind of quickly through this full range of motion here. This is tough work today. Strength training requires something very different of us than cardio work does. And I really like to make sure that I am bringing my A game on a push day, but specifically on a strength training day. You want to make sure that your core is pulled in tight throughout the workout. You want to make sure that you're in a place where you are really thinking about what we're doing with our body. We're strengthening the brain-body connection today. Let's go ahead and do some welcome to my homes. Welcome to Rosie's home. She's napping today and could not possibly care less about me being here on camera with my heavy dumbbells doing my thing. I'm pretty sure she's going to be 16 in just like a couple of weeks. I'm pretty sure she's mostly deaf at this point. She selectively hears the can opener, but that's about it. You know, when she's scratching the couch, she doesn't hear me clapping and tell her not to. You guys, we have a fun day today. I've got the handy dandy gym boss set for 40-second intervals, which is plenty generous, but it's not because we're doing cardio. Again, no cardio at all today. It's simply so I don't have to count and I'm not trying to think about how many of any one thing we're doing. We're doing as much as we do. And for some exercises, that's going to feel like a lot. For some exercises, it's going to feel like just a few. And no matter how many we do, I want you to know that today is all about getting strong and lean and toned and feeling amazing. So let's go ahead and get going. Grab your dumbbells. Whichever size you choose is the exact size that is perfect for you today. If you don't know what size that is, you can click on the link in the description box and get the 3-pair set that I have from Amazon. That way you've always got choices. We're getting started with front kick curls, which is exactly what it sounds like. We're doing biceps curls while we are kicking with one foot at a time, obviously. Imagine trying to kick with both feet. So we're thinking about excellent form. We are already thinking about balance. Oh my goodness. I don't think I mentioned that today. But here's the thing. When we don't do squats or lunges, it really kind of automatically means that we're doing slightly more kicking. That's just the trade-off here. We're still working your glutes, your hamstrings, your quadriceps. We're still getting our legs plenty strong. We're just not squatting or lunging to do it. Now, coming up next, we're going to do something I call star balance, which means that we're going to have both hands up overhead and we're going to tip to one side. Now, if you've never done weighted star bounce before, let me just tell you, this is tough stuff. We're tipping over one way as far as you can recover from. Generally speaking, when I don't have something in my hands, I can tip over a little bit farther than this. With weights in your hands, this is very difficult. You probably already noticed. When it beeps again, we are going to get into a big step back position. It's not a lunge, it is a step back. It's basically a power balance position where you're off balance because your feet are staggered. And we're going to do bent over, not quite bent over, but we're going to do rows. So we're going to be in a staggered step position. Oh my gosh, and it doesn't matter which foot you step back with because we're going to do it the other way on the other side for something else. So a big step back, and then we're rowing those dumbbells up to our armpits. Now, I've got a little bit of a bend in my front knee. Again, not a lunge. This is a power balance position because our toes on that back foot is what we're standing on. This is really engaging your core the entire time. And if you haven't, please do so now. When it beeps again, we're going to do this back step, but in putting the other foot backwards instead of this one. We're going to do side raises, which is just what it sounds like. We're going to raise the dumbbells out to the side. So go ahead and take a second, switch positions, straighten your legs. Legs are straight but not locked. You're still up on your toes on that back foot. I'm already noticing that this side feels a little bit more wobbly. That's super interesting to me. That the exact same position, it's off balance no matter which side you're standing on, but one of them was easier than the other, like so frequently happens. When it beeps again, we are doing peekaboo high knees, which means that we're going to have our elbows at just about shoulder height with hands basically over your head. Going to squeeze your elbows together right in front of your face. Whew. And then as we open up our elbows, peekaboo, we're going to lift up maybe one high knee. Oh my goodness. So you guys, this whole no rest thing and heavy weights thing means that you really need to focus on excellent form. We are not trying to get a ton of these done. You've noticed this isn't, well, it is a long interval, but it's not a lot of reps. When it beeps again, we're going to do bent over triceps kickbacks. So both feet on the ground, about hip width apart or so. We're going to bend over slightly, which means that we're pushing our hips back rather than curling forward. We're pushing our hips back. We're going to bring, doggies. Okay, so bent back. We're going to push our arms back directly behind us and then let them relax again. So you're pushing your hands back towards your hips. You might be able to even get your hands over your hips, over the tops of your hips. Oh my gosh, and you're working the backs of your arms. I know you feel that triceps work. Oh my goodness. What you might not feel right now, but you might feel tomorrow, is this bent over position means that you are actually working your glutes and hamstrings and abs the entire 40 seconds with no rest at all. When it beeps again, we're going to do side kick delt raises, which means that we're bringing our hands directly up in front of our body with our palms facing our body while we're kicking out to the side. As my friend so nicely pointed out, this is in fact a very slow butter churner. If you've ever done any of my low impact cardio workouts, we frequently do this move quickly as cardio, but it feels very different when it's strength. When it beeps again, we're doing twisting front kicks, which means you're just going to have your hands basically at your waist, your chest, wherever feels comfortable. We're going to kick to the front while twisting into that kick. So hands wherever feels comfortable. We're twisting and kicking. Again, sometimes I do this as a cardio move. It feels very different when it is a strength move, my friends. I just realized that I have not mentioned that this is a circuit today. We are going to do all of these exercises one more time. We're getting kind of low on my list here. When it beeps again, we're going to do side bend, side raises, which means that we're going to have our feet just about hip width apart, maybe slightly wider, as we bend over into a side bend without letting our hips jut out at all. We're going to raise the opposite hand into a side raise. So we're thinking about our abs and obliques doing a lot of work while also asking our shoulders to do work. Now, making sure that your hips are completely stable. As soon as your hip juts out, your inner and outer thigh and your hip complex is doing this work rather than your abs and obliques. When it beeps again, we're doing deadlift with a front raise. Feet, again, about hip width apart, nice and comfortable. Gonna, oh my gosh, I said bent over, or I'm about to say bend over, but we're not really bending over. We're pushing our hips back into a deadlift. So we're pushing our hips back as our torso bends forward, and then as we come up, front raise those dumbbells. Oh yes, this is a very complex exercise. In fact, you've probably noticed that about all of these exercises today. I'm all about getting all the bang for your buck that we can. I want to be moving more than one body part for these 40 seconds. When it beeps again, we're doing standing crossbody crunches, which means that we're going to have the dumbbells up on our shoulders, and they can literally rest on our shoulders. We're going to bring our opposite knee up towards our opposite elbow. So dumbbells just resting here, reaching across your body with that nice crunch. Getting a little bit of biceps work just by having the dumbbells up, even though they're resting on your shoulders. Can you still feel that work? No matter what we're doing today, we are always working our abs because we've got our core pulled in throughout this entire workout. But we are also getting a lot of little extra work with this balance thing that we're doing today. When it beeps again, we're going to put our hands up overhead. We're going to do a triceps pull down with a high knee. This is the last exercise in the circuit, and it's going to feel like it. It's not going to be easy. So hands up overhead. Pull your core in tight, 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 my friend. As we bend those elbows and bring the triceps, oh my gosh, or the dumbbells rather, down to the back of your neck, we're bringing up one high knee at a time. Really focus on keeping your elbows pointed forward, breathing, pulling in your core. Particularly for this exercise with your hands up over your head like this, it's real easy to accidentally curve your back, making sure that your core is pulled in super tight. When it beeps again, we're doing the front kick curls again, starting at the top of our circuit. So now you know you've survived everything one time. All we got to do is survive it again. Here we are with those front kick curls. Now, for some of us, we might be thinking, okay, round one was really tough. If you need to drop weights because you can't hold on to your form, please go ahead and do so. Always drop weights when you can't hold form. If you want to drop weights because this is very difficult, but today is a push day for you, go ahead and keep them. You can do this as long as you still have excellent form. You can push through difficulty. Don't push through and injure yourself if you're not doing it properly though. When it beeps, we're going to do star balance. Here we are, hands up overhead. Make sure that you're breathing. We're tipping to one side. Oh my gosh, not very far though. Oh my goodness. I know how far over I can, normally go when I'm empty-handed, and my body is still trying to make it all that way. There's no way with these heavy weights. Now, once again, hands up over your head means you're really, really, really pulling in your core. I know you can feel this work in the sides of your glutes, but your abs are doing a ton of work too. When it beeps again, we're getting into that power balance stance, a back step, and doing rows, rowing the dumbbells up to your armpits. Okay, it does not matter which foot steps back first. We're rowing up to your armpits, making sure that your elbows are pointed back rather than letting them jut out wide. When your elbows are pointed back, it really pulls from the middle of your back muscles. Those big, big muscles that when they are working, everything is working. That really is probably the main reason that we do strength work like this, like complex big muscle exercises. When it beeps, we're changing our stance and we're doing that back step with the side raises. But when we do complex exercises, the reason I often choose, so here we go in that big power step and then out to the side. I choose exercises that tend to work our biggest muscles. We're getting the most bang for our buck. The more muscle tone we have just in our body in general, first of all, it's just one indicator of health to have a good amount of muscle tone. It's also very protective of your bones. It also, I mean, the thing that you might care about most, the more muscle you have, the more calories you're burning every minute of every day. When it beeps again, we are doing, oh my gosh, we're doing those peekaboo high knees. I made those so early in the workout because I think they're one of the toughest exercises. Elbows up to shoulder height. Here we go. High knee and peekaboo. Making sure that you are breathing, making sure that you are using excellent form. Once again, hands are high, which means that your lower back really wants to curve more than normal. Holding your core in can hold your back flat and straight. When it beeps again, and thank goodness it will, we're doing those bent over triceps pushbacks. This is why I got this over with early, because the rest of the exercises after this, well, they're not easier, but oh my gosh, they're not that one. Okay. So we're bending over just slightly by pushing your hips back, and we're pressing our arms back. Your arms are actually staying really close to your body, and you're really thinking about how your elbows are pointed straight back while we pull with those triceps. Once again, a nice complex exercise, even though it doesn't seem like it, you're only moving your arms, but your hips, your glutes, your hamstrings, your quadriceps, your whole lower body is engaged in what's called an isometric hold. Meaning that it's not just standing still like normal, it's holding in an abnormal position, which means that we're toning those muscles too. Here we go with the side kick delt raises. So hands come up and down in front of your body with your palms facing you. Elbows get nice and high on this one. That's where your delts are. It's up there in the tops of your shoulders. I also call them the curling iron muscles. Because that's where I always feel it if I ever curled my hair. Maybe I should call them hair dryer. Well, I don't really use a hair dryer either. So whatever you want to call them, tank top muscles maybe. Really feeling the work in the sides of your legs. Core is pulled in super duper tight. When it beeps again, we're doing those twisting front kicks. You know, these are all complex exercises and they're all complex names. So twisting front kicks. I'm really having to work my mouth and my brain as well as my body today. You guys, I tell you what, this workout is such a good one for women our age for so many reasons. All this balance work, all this core stabilization, so good for fall prevention. When it beeps again, we are doing the side bend, side raises. But these kinds of complex exercises where we really have to think about where our body is in space and time with balancing and one arm going here and one leg going there. Such a great way to keep your brain engaged also. Feet about hip width apart. We're coming down in a side raise while coming down in a side bend while bringing that opposite arm up in a side raise. Really being careful. I know, especially if you're pushing, but even if you are moderating, I know you want to jut your hip out. I know you want some help here because your abs and obliques don't want to be doing this work anymore, but we have to ask them to. Excellent form the entire way through. You guys, we're actually pretty close to being done with this circuit. It is not a long workout today, but boy is it sweaty. When it beeps again, we're doing those deadlifts, pushing your hips back by using your glutes. Push your hips back, and then as we pull them forward, raising your hands in that front raise, palms facing your body when you're down in this deadlift. And then as we come up in the front raise, palms facing the ground. Awesome, awesome job. Hang on to your concentration, hang on to your core, hang on to those dumbbells. We've only got 2 more exercises left. We've got the standing crossbody crunches coming up next. Oh my goodness, we get to put those dumbbells resting on our shoulders. I tell you what though, last time it didn't feel like much of a rest, did it? This kind of non-stop work, I like it because honestly, it makes the whole workout go a little bit faster. I mean, if we took rests in between, this would be a longer workout. We can get a great push by making it almost endurance work in addition to being strength work. When it beeps again, putting those hands up overhead for that high triceps pull down with the high knee. So making sure that your core is pulled in super tight the entire time. Really thinking about excellent form the whole way through today. This has been a very good push. Let's continue to push. Hands together. Bend your elbows with your biceps right next to your ears. One high knee comes up at a time. Pull in that core. Excellent, excellent form. You guys, the next time it beeps, we will be done. Oh, but you know we're not finished. And the exercise you've been waiting for the whole time is coming up next. We are doing drinky birds. That's right. It's a single leg deadlift. And of course, I'm going to make them even more complicated, nice and complex. When we're down in the drinky bird, we're going to bring our hands out into a nice wide fly. And then as we come up, we're going to kick forward while pressing up. This is all one interval on one side. I'm picking my left leg first. Drinky bird, fly out to the side. As we come up, kicking forward, pressing up. Down into a drinky bird. Watch your balance, watch your form, watch your core. There's our fly. We stand it up, knee up, press up overhead. All balance all the time. When we practice it now, we can stay on our feet for years to come, my friends. When it beeps, we're going to do this exact same thing, haha, on the other side. Not doing a ton of these like we've been doing today. It's not about how many we get done. It's about having excellent quality and complexity. You have worked literally every single muscle in your body, my friend. This, while not a long workout, was a very thorough workout. And the next time it beeps is the last time it's going to beep. Coming down in that drinky bird. Here's our fly. Whoo, trying not to shrug, but rather using those big, big muscles in your back. Whew. Up we go into that press up. Oh my goodness, that was it. Put your dumbbells down, down, down. And let's do some cooling down. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna do some tappers with some nice big arm circles. Oh my gosh. Those dumbbells, I mean, they were my big boys, so of course they got heavy. They started off heavy, but wow, that was some good lifting today, my friends. I just realized that I did not turn off the timer, but you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and let it keep going. We'll do 40 seconds of these arm circles with the tappers, and then we'll do 40 seconds of those arm crossers, giving ourselves a nice big hug. You did such a great job today. Here we go with our arm openers, and arm crossers with a big hug, and oh, a pat on that sweaty, sweaty back, my friend. Now I know my friends who are pushing today might be looking for a little bit more push. Here on screen, I've got another short strength workout for you. If you want a little bit more, I've always got a little bit more. For my friends who are moderating today though, that was plenty. Oh my goodness. I've got an extended cool down for you so that you can stretch a little bit more and really get a nice cool down. On the bottom of the screen, there's the letter P, an invitation to go over to Patreon, where a monthly pledge from you helps me make free workouts for all of us. And on the other side, that's a picture of me, but it's actually a subscribe button. Make sure that you click that and the bell notification so that YouTube will let you know every time I upload a new workout. What a great job you did today getting strong. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.